Hello everyone, I'm the Beautiful Gamer and today I'm going to do my first top 10 list in a couple of years. Today we are going to talk about the top 10 Halo games ever made in celebration of Halo Wars 2. This is not my personal list including memories as they, in my opinion, affect one's opinion, but more so my opinion on the actual quality of the games. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the countdown and let me know below which Halo game was your favorite.
What if you miss?
At number 10, we have Halo Spartan Strike. Spartan Strike focuses in on a simulation similar to its predecessor, Spartan Assault, where you are a Spartan for being trained. The game, just like Spartan Assault, is a twin-stick shooter, and I will say Spartan Strike did improve on Spartan Assault gameplay-wise, but honestly the game just lacked a lot at the same time. The story, while challenging and still a lot of fun, didn't have a real big story to tell like Spartan Assault did. The lack of a co-op mode didn't really help the game at all either. All in all, Spartan Strike is a fun game, but in all honesty, it really is not what I would describe Halo as, and because of that, I felt like the number 10 spot was pretty much perfect for the game. At number 9 is Halo Spartan Assault. Spartan Assault, just like Spartan Strike, is really not how I would describe Halo. However, Spartan Assault does one up Spartan Strike a little bit by telling a rather interesting story of a battle between the UNSC and the Covenant between the events of Halo 3 and 4. The game also had a co-op mode, at least on the Xbox versions, that put two players up against the Flood in a simulated event that they did return. The co-op mode is really what made this game shine, as the Flood were just as annoying and chilling as Spartan Assault as they were in older Halo games. And because of that, the game does again one up Spartan Strike, but does kind of fall short, and for me falls at the number 9 spot. I do apologize for me sounding so much different. My other mic is acting weird, but the Halo game at the number 8 spot had arguably my favorite all-time Halo trailer. However, Halo 3 ODST was just not a typical Halo game at all. A lot of people did like ODST, and they liked it for its stealthy ways, but honestly, I just don't think ODST was that stealth-based, given how Halo itself as a game series plays. ODST is very Halo-like, but just kind of misses the same thrill and excitement that the older titles had, and even some of the newer titles even. ODST was still a unique experience, especially with its very different campaign style, but it does kind of make up for that with the addition of the fan favorite mode, Firefight. But one thing is kind of for sure, ODST was easily a Halo title that everyone was excited for, but then everyone kind of forgot existed, considering that nobody really acknowledged it was a thing anymore. So for that reason, I put Halo 3 ODST at the number 8 spot. At number 7 is Halo Wars. This Halo is very different from the already released titles, considering it was a real-time strategy game. Halo Wars did have a fantastic campaign and a really fun multiplayer, and honestly there isn't really much wrong with it at all. However, the impact the game had on the community was significantly weaker than the remaining 6 titles, and that's pretty much why I decided it should be number 7. And while Halo Wars may be at the number 7 spot, I'm honestly a firm believer, and I will say this pretty much as it is a fact, that this is by far the most underrated Halo game that has ever released. So, while Halo Wars does not really have any issues whatsoever, again, I'm just putting it at the number 7 spot just because I feel like the other games left more of a impact on the community, which kind of reflects on just how good those games are.
This is Spartan Group Omega. If they want war, we'll give them war.
At the number 6 spot is my personal favorite Halo title, and that is a story for another day, but that title is Halo 4. Halo 4 was the first 343 Halo title, and the start of the Reclaimer trilogy. The game focuses on the return of the Master Chief and his relationship with his AI companion, Cortana, and then ended up causing Halo 4 to have by far the most beautiful campaign and the most brilliant story of any Halo game, but sadly the campaign suffered from stale mission design. The multiplayer was still fun, but it just wasn't very Halo-like, as 343 and Microsoft attempted to make Halo 4 more like Call of Duty to better combat their competition, but the idea resulted in a major backlash. Halo 4 was a lot of fun, but the community was putting it down more than what the other titles did. So, for that reason, I feel like Halo 4 falls to the number 6 spot, though I feel like a lot of people would argue that Halo 5 deserves the number 6 spot and not Halo 4, which leads us to our number 5 spot.
Your mistake is seeing Spartans as military hardware. My Spartans are humanity's next step. Our destiny as a species. Do not underestimate them. But most of all, do not underestimate him.
As I've pretty much already done told you, the number 5 spot goes to Halo 5 Guardians. And I know a lot of people may argue and complain about that, considering you could kind of argue between what is more significant and better, Halo 4's campaign versus Halo 5's multiplayer, but I do feel like Halo 5 takes the win on this, simply because the buzz around Halo 4 kind of died, while the buzz around Halo 5 kind of hasn't. Halo 5 is no doubt about it, and pretty much everyone kind of already agrees that it is the best multiplayer since Halo 2 and Halo 3, although the campaign was a massive, massive disappointment. While Halo 5's storyline is not necessarily bad, Halo 5's campaign was kind of falsely advertised and kind of left players needing to look into the extended lore to find answers, as the campaign was really rushed, and the proof in that is simply because the character development and just how they act and like that is not real fleshed out, and majority of the missions are kind of boring. But nonetheless, Halo 5's multiplayer is a really big deal, it's really fun, and it's the most active that the Halo multiplayer community has been in a while, and competitive Halo is actually kind of big again thanks to Halo 5, so for that reason, Halo 5 Guardians once again gets the number 5 spot.
You are one of our most treasured instruments. Long have you led your fleet with honor and distinction.
At the number 4 spot, with footage for the Master Chief Collection, is Halo 2. Halo 2 was a big deal as it was the first Halo title with Xbox Live support, and it absolutely blew everyone's socks off. Halo 2 had an extremely fun campaign, and also had players jump between the Master Chief and a certain elite known as the Arbiter, who became one of the most fan-favorite characters from the entire series. Halo 2 added so much to the first-person shooter genre and was so extremely influential that, as a matter of fact, I don't think anyone can actually deny that Halo 2 really set standards for online multiplayer. Between an advanced campaign and crazy fun multiplayer, Halo 2 is by far one of the best at the number 4 spot, and will probably go down in history as one of the most, absolute most influential first-person shooters to ever release, other than maybe the first original Halo game.
So, you beat the Halo demo. Not bad, soldier, not bad at all. But are you ready to take the next step? In the full version of Halo, you'll find additional vehicles like tanks, plasma turrets, and aircraft. Powerful new human and alien weapons. A single-player campaign spanning 10 massive indoor and outdoor environments. And support for intense multiplayer battles with up to 16 of your friends. Or enemies. All that wrapped up in an epic sci-fi story that's so freaky. Whoa! It makes me shake just thinking about it. Halo Combat Evolved. Buy one. Heck, buy two. That's an order, soldier.
Halo Combat Evolved takes the number 3 spot as it did exactly what it said it did. Evolve Combat. Halo Combat Evolved had a fun split-screen multiplayer mode that paved the way for the epic Halo 2 multiplayer, but Halo Combat Evolved really shines with this campaign. Nearly every mission of Halo Combat Evolved is iconic, the music is iconic, and the game was so good it not only made Halo Xbox's flagship, but also paved the way for Halo 2 to be a mega hit. Halo 2 had 1.5 million copies pre-ordered. The game ended up selling 2.4 million copies in its first 24 hours. Halo 2 became the highest grossing entertainment release in history, at least at the time. What does that mean? It means Halo Combat Evolved was a dang good game.
Gamma Station, this is Fermi at RSO. Unconfirmed report of an in-system split space rupture.
Impossible. Check your source.
Reading multiple pings below the orbital defense grid.
Oh, this can't be happening.
There's no mistake. It's them. Winter contingency has been declared. All units are mobilized and ready.
This is Sierra 320, prep for combat insertion.
What the hell was that? We're coming in hot. Hold on. We just lost our bird.
Oh my God. What the hell is happening down there?
People down here.
They just dropped off my map.
Overrun. We'll hold this position as long as we can. I need you in that fight, Noble One. Noble One, come in. Noble One, do you read me?
This is Sierra 259. You got Spartans on the ground, sir. We're not going anywhere.
At number 2 is Halo Reach, the last Bungie Halo game. Reach was nearly perfect and it honestly redefined Halo in a lot of ways. With the second most fun campaign mission, second to only our number 1, Halo Reach's campaign was an absolute treat, having one of the most epic teams in any Halo story, and ending so freaking satisfying that I replay Reach's last mission more than any other ending in any video game. Halo Reach also had an amazing multiplayer that may not be the best in the series, but was really fun. Halo Reach also truly redefined Forge. That is until Halo 5 completely took a crap on how cool Reach's Forge was. But Reach's Forge is no doubt where Forge really kicked off into something really cool and fun. Halo Reach may not have broken records like Combat Evolved and Halo 2 did, but as it did kinda had more competition, Black Ops. But Reach, in my opinion, is a better game, and the community still supports the game with a lot of love. And while I do know Halo 2 and Combat Evolved are just talking about the records they broke, that just kinda shows how good of a game they are. Reach is just good because it also broke records, but the game was just really good at the same time. So for that reason, Halo Reach gets the number 2 spot, and now we get to go to our number 1 title.
To join up.
Sierra 320, Nova Team is airborne and set for combat insertion.
You ever wonder what's up there? Like what? Maybe someone up there was wondering what it's like here. I guess. Do you think we'll ever meet them? I hope so. Don't you? Do you think we'll ever meet them?
Not yet.
Product not yet rated.
Halo 3 is the number 1 Halo game. Halo 3's campaign is epic and probably the funnest campaign you could ever play, with various objectives, twists in the plot, crazy platforms, and probably the most intense mission you could ever play. I'm looking at you, Cortana, you and all your floodness. Halo 3's multiplayer is amazing as it improves on the legendary Halo 2 multiplayer with way better maps. Halo 3 also added Forge and armor customization and concluded an epic trilogy with the greatest Warthog run in any Halo game. Halo 3 is amazing, and it being the most sold Halo game of all time helps that justification. Halo 3 is a treat and is a pure classic, and it is timeless. Remember, this was all my opinion, but Halo 3 is no doubt timeless with its intense scene of more changing floods, battling 2 scarabs at once, and fighting beside the Arbiter the entire way. Thank you for watching, and again, this is all my opinion, and it's my opinion on the best quality Halo games, and not necessarily my absolute favorite ones, because my memories of the games, and my hype for them, and just, that all affects it. Like, certain games I played with my family and friends all the time, and just, I have really fond memories of those games are just more nostalgic, and I enjoy those games more than some of the games that I actually have ranked high on this list. For example, Halo 4. And as I said before at the start of the video, be sure to tell me below what is your favorite Halo games. I would like to see your all's list and hear your all's opinion. So, please no fighting, keep it simple, keep it reasonable, and be human about it. Thank you for watching, much love, I'm the Beautiful Gamer, and I hope you enjoyed this top 10 list.
No surprises, a settled score. I know the darkness from inside. Reckless rage and poison pride. I know the weakness, I know the pain, I know the fear we do not name, and the one who comes to find me when my time is through. I know